Some background, real quick. I did a video kind of just joking around about how if there's an industry that you want to see collapse, tell me, I'll start a business in that industry, and at a minimum, that industry will suffer one of its worst years ever. And the reasons why I gave, I'll just bullet point this. When I opened up my own landscape company in 2012 here in Northern Illinois, it was the worst drought in like 83, 85 years. The worst time to start a landscape company. And that year, a bunch of landscape companies went under because it was so dry, nobody was doing any work, they weren't making any money. Nurseries went under, garden centers went under. When we started our trucking company, it turned out to be the worst time to start a trucking company in fucking decades because the trucking industry was really reeling and really suffering. And so just piss poor timing. And my wife and I started, my wife and I are both remote notaries and online notaries, right? So if you're closing on a house, a refinance or new purchase, whatever, we can handle the notarization end of it. That's a business that like title companies farm out to people like us. Well, Illinois is at a 5-year low when it comes to housing inventory. And then I said that, as soon as I monetize my presence on social media, what happens? TikTok goes hasta la bye, or at least it's set to go hasta la bye. I said, so, pick an industry, tell me about it, fund it, because I don't have the money to go starting businesses left and right. You guys got to fund it. But I'll start the business in that industry and we'll get it to go under. And a lot of people have said like health insurance and car insurance and pharmaceuticals and run for office so that politics collapse and all kinds of different shit. People have been having fun with it, right? This person's comment caught my eye, right? He says, you need to get into a business when the market is fresh. When you figure that out, let me know, please, because I certainly could use the help. And I saw a video on this app for a business that I honestly believe could work. I'm going to show it to you. And maybe one of you guys can go out there and start it. But I truly believe that this could be a business. If we have a decent economy, if we go into a period of economic recession, a business like this isn't going to work because this is like disposable income is where you would spend it. This is not a need by any stretch of the imagination. And when you're looking at this, I don't want you to just think about this from a standpoint of a coffee shop. And it's not a coffee shop, so before you scroll, stop. I want you to think about this from a standpoint of a bar. I want you to think about this from a standpoint of maybe you don't have a liquor license, but you still serve bar food, pizza and wings and things like that with your pop, your soda, your whatever the hell you want to call it. But if you can get a liquor license, you can also sell bar food and beer and whiskey and things like that while doing this. The first half of this is for the children. Check out the second half of this for the adult. Watch this.
Look at this freaking thing right here. New trend alert, new trend alert. This is blowing up around the world in 2 different concepts. This is day 8 of showing you my favorite 2025 business ideas, so follow for more. One for kids. Take a boring old coffee shop. The coffee might not even be that great. And you put a sandbox in the middle of it, which encourages kids to encourage their parents to go to that coffee shop instead of the other one. How much does a sandbox with remote control toys cost? Next to nothing. The second concept is the thing for adults, for dads. Because guess what? I'm 37 years old and I would love to go to the shop and play with remote control toys. I don't drink coffee. So you can watch this video and think, oh man, that's a brilliant idea. So I need to do something about that. And then never do anything about it. And then in a couple of years, you're going to see someone else do it in your area. And you're going to say, oh, I had that idea. I could have done that. Or you can actually do something about it with this full business plan right here.
Think about that second concept with the adults. You saw that video of all those guys sitting around with the controllers in this big fucking sandbox with these cool big ass remote control shit. Imagine if you had that business in your town. And you could serve, if you had a liquor license, you could serve beer, you could serve, drinks, along with, like I said, some bar food, right? Some pizzas, some wings, some nachos, some tots, loaded fries, whatever the fucking case may be. You need, like, a place where you would set up a bar or a tavern or a microbrewery or something of that, like in a strip mall somewhere, right? You need to have a small kitchen off in the back to the side somewhere and a place where all the beverages and shit could be that waiters and waitresses would bring it out. And then you need this big giant sandbox in the middle with the equipment. Now, if we're in a good economic time and people have disposable income, that's a place that I believe some guys would like to go and hang out. Even some gals would like to go and hang out and just kind of have a few beers after work and play with toys in the sand. Seriously, I think that could actually work. The first part could work. The part about just a regular coffee shop, but you have a sandbox, a giant sandbox for the kids. The problem with that, in my opinion, is how many times are parents going to want to take their kids out of that place covered in fucking sand? You know what I mean? There's only so many times that you want to go put your kid in a car seat after you've sat and had some shot the shit with your friends and neighbors and whatnot, and the back seat of your grocery getter is just filled with fucking sand. That's the problem I see with the kids part. But the adult concept of that business plan, man, I'm telling you, if we weren't heading into such questionable economic times, it'd be something that I would be talking to Renee about very seriously considering.